Well, good morning. We have what they call a slab on grade to dig. My slab is not the best, really, and it's still got grass on it, which I've dug in this way before. They get them painted out, they pour the footing, and they come in and skim all the grass off afterwards, put the rock down, so it's a little different, but and then it kind of drops off right here. And we got a lot of rain last night, so I was kind of surprised they still wanted to dig this morning. Trying to find the best way to get in here without tearing the marks up. And this is actually for the guy that I dig all the frost footings for in the basement there. He's got like 2 builders that every now and then he still digs a slab footing on. He's supposed to hang a tooth on the outside. I guess the whole deal is, since this lot isn't level, they're going to come in here, pour a 16-inch tall footing, and then put a 3-foot stem wall on top of that. So they want the wider footing so they can set their wall forms in here. And I guess a little backstory on this particular, I don't know, subdivision or location, where I do all the snow plowing in the wintertime. It's just a few miles over where I got like all those strip malls and shopping centers and such. Well, you probably can't even see any of them, but not this row of houses or the next row, but the street over behind that. All of those houses were moved from that side where all the strip malls were at over here to this location 20 some odd years ago. The guy that developed the commercial site, I guess he bought all those houses, and then instead of just dozing all of them, he bought this property and decided to pay a company to move all of them over here. And then this section of it was actually in a floodplain because there's a creek over there behind those tree lines and not too far behind those houses. So I think this site has changed developers 2 or 3 times. It just seems like every now and then someone else will get it. All of a sudden you'll start seeing a bunch of fill dirt brought in, and they'll level it out, and then they just kind of stop. Nothing will be done with the property for a couple of years, and then I think the guy that's got it now, he bought it out of foreclosure, and he's finally got all these pads built up enough where they're not considered to be in the floodplain anymore. And I guess supposedly he has all these lots, or all the houses and stuff, sold on the rest of this subdivision. So, which I'd say in the last 2 years, I mean, he's came in here 18 months or whatever, filled in 90% of it. So he's been going to town on what's left over here. Check my grade. Yeah, it's still interesting because I mean they're built up just enough to be considered out of the floodplain, but I've still seen this entire field flooded before. So I don't know. Maybe they do have them built up high enough now where if it does flood, it won't get in the houses. But it's hard to say. You can tell it doesn't. It's real flat, and drainage is still a big issue over here. Definitely that I got the dirt down on the pool jog. He probably got 1.5 to 2 inches, or I mean, it just poured there for a little while. The wind came up, and then it just rained. I think it rained half the night. And then today, I want to say the high's only like in the 50s, which is still great, but been 70 all week. I think by Friday the high's only like 45, so keeps getting cooler as the week goes on. I think our next chance of rain is sometime next week, and it's like 40%. And all next week is like 55 to 65 every day, so it's gonna be nice. Which will be good. I'm gonna try to start doing a perimeter drain job on an old concrete block basement house, so I need it to be a little warmer so I can try to put that seal. I don't know if I need to look into it a little better to see what's available. I don't know if I'm going to try to get this tar-like sealer stuff and put on there, or if there's something a little better that I need to look into doing now. The last one we did when I was helping that friend of mine, the builder, he used the stuff he like put on with the roller. It almost looks like rhino line stuff, but I don't know. I need to check availability and all that, and then you know, check temperatures and stuff and see if that's going to be the best thing to do. Sorry, I kind of ramble when I'm trying to like dig these footings and then figure out what I'm trying to say. Jump out, check grade, and then we'll maybe just throw the camera up on the cab and you guys can watch that for a while. trying to stand and block the wind because it's kind of coming up out of the west and it's nice and cold. But anyway, I got the footing knocked out. I think I'm going to retire from digging footings because this is probably my best footing that I've ever dug, because this material was awesome. I've actually got corners that make like 90, so I think I'll just retire while I'm ahead. I still can't dig a ditch in a straight line like Frank, though, even though with good soil. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Got some pretty good, I don't know, it's kind of a clay, some sort of clay mix with some dirt and stuff in there, but it didn't really have any. It had rock on top where they could put, you can see where they put the fill over here, but the rest of it slicked up really nice. I've never had a footing dig like this, so I don't really know what to think of it. And I'm pretty sure it's never going to happen again. And I also didn't do the bang up job trying to film it, because about part way through the guy showed up to start throwing the steel in there, because I think they thought they were going to get it inspected earlier, but that guy never showed up. So I kind of threw it on a time lapse and then just forgot about the camera. But it came out to be a pretty good sized house. And then this right here is going to be the safe room. I guess it's probably, they do a lot of them anymore where they pour a wall and build like a concrete room, maybe like a closet or a bathroom. It's probably gonna be a closet, I'm guessing. So, because they'll put a concrete top on it and a steel door and stuff, but it's got a footing and everything on there. This end got a little spongy because there's some groundwater coming up, but like I said, it is not a real nice lot or whatever. But now we got to shovel all the mud off the excavator, get loaded up, and I think I got one more frost footing tomorrow morning to dig for these guys, and then we'll be back down to Diamond to finish the parking lot up and start setting the parking blocks finally. So it's been one of those weeks. You just kind of run all over the place. I'm gonna grab my laser and shovel that off before it gets completely dark and call it a night.